The key to creativity as adults can be captured from the child within each of us. Remember childhood? It was a time full of endless giggles, constant learning, mistakes with scissors, questionable fashion choices. Shout out to my mom on that one. And our biggest worry was if that monster under our bed was going to attack us that night. Our dreams flooded through our minds without constraints or logic, and our imaginations remained untainted. And then, somewhere along our life journey, something terrible happens. We get deemed adults. With this word comes a certain precedent of how we need to adjust our lives in order to accommodate society's standards of maturity. Blah. This word is the death of creativity. Today, I'm asking you to challenge these adulthood norms by taking lessons on life from some of the most curious minds on the planet. Not this guy. Children. Although the pristine innocence of a child can never be fully revived in us, these little nuggets of the world can offer us a little perspective. Instead of always asking what a child can learn from you, you should start thinking about what you can learn from a child. Every child brings a new outlook to each situation by breaking assumptions that there is only one way to do things. They create original ideas that may seem useless, but are actually the seeds of amazing creativity and imagination. Let me give you an example. Try and solve the problem on the screen. This problem can be solved by programmers in an hour, preschool children in 5 to 10 minutes, and you guys, I don't have time to wait for you guys. Most of you would address this problem by looking for patterns and meanings in the location of these numbers. But this question has nothing to do with mathematics. To find the answer, look at the shape of each number and count the closed loops. If you do this, you'll find 2 loops in the shape of the 8 in the final number, and no other closed loops, making the answer 2. If you can't figure it out, guys, just find me after the show. It's really high-level stuff. Less think, more do. Children don't think of reasons why not to do things. Their thinking is hopeful, imaginative. They always think about how things could work out instead of why they couldn't. As adults, our past experience and loss of innocence put limits on our creative ability to take risks. When you're given the project at work, what are some of the first questions you ask? What is the budget? What is the timeline? Try focusing on what's most important, the good idea. Embrace irrational thinking. When did our dreams start to get categorized as foolish, illogical, unreasonable, impossible? Certain types of this silly thinking is just what the world needs. In order to make anything a reality, you have to dream about it first. You already know what happens with ideas that have already been executed. Incredible ideas don't come from refining mediocrity. Dare to try and have an idea no one else has. That's true innovation. Chartered counseling psychologist Michael Lloyd Elliott says children have an enormous capacity to be uninhibited. Adults thrive in creativity when they have at least a few areas of their lives which allow themselves to go completely. Unfortunately, this research did not give a nod to alcohol, but I'm going to say that qualifies. Scientists discovered that when jazz musicians improvise, their brains turn off an area linked to self-censoring and inhibition and turn on one that lets self-expression flow. Find a way to let yourself go for more than 10 minutes a day. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, guys. At times, you may feel out of your comfort zone, but hey, that's where life happens. Being uncomfortable is a good way to gauge whether you're doing this whole childhood thing right. Psychologist Mark Millard says, occupying a different physical space does wonders to change your outlook. Never be done searching for your favorites. Live with the attitude that you have everything to try, taste, see, and learn. There is nothing more reminiscent of childhood and nostalgia than doing things for the first time. Challenge yourself to find more firsts. When you leave tonight, I'm not asking you to be the next slide. A cheesy stock photo image of adults pretending to enjoy Twister. I'm asking you to remind yourself of a perspective you used to know in order to be a more creative adult. Our socialization, previous experiences, data, and knowledge make it difficult to revisit the fresh, unbiased, and imaginative attitude we may once have had. However, it is not impossible if you're ready. The key to creativity is to rethink your concept of the word immaturity. Be more intuitive by blocking out previous experiences that hinder your ability to take risks. Go into everything unassuming. Make time for uninhibited playtime. And remember to stay hungry and stay foolish.